startup, it wasn't going very well. In fact, the bank account was dry. There were no more sales. The investment that we had was all dried up. It was not looking good. But there was something of a lifeline. We were encouraged by the accelerator program that we were working in to go to a conference for startups to be held in London called the NOAH Conference. It's a yearly event, very big, uniting investors, startups, and it's a great opportunity to network and to meet people. And with good intentions, these mentors encouraged us to go because they thought maybe we could find an opportunity or make a contact that would be useful. But it wasn't cheap to go there. The ticket alone was about 1,000 British pounds, plus flight. Unfortunately, I had somewhere to stay. I was going to stay with a friend of mine who lives in Little Venice. Lovely. So I travelled to London for this event. And I arrive bright and early at the conference. It's packed with people. And I don't really know where to start. It seems like there are groups of people huddled together who look just successful. You can see these are investors. They've got this confident air about them. And then you can see the startups, some of them a little bit more desperate, who are using any opportunity, the more ambitious ones, to go in and have their 30 seconds trying to sell their idea to some of these investors. And as you look around the room, you could see other groups of people. The group of people who are a little bit like me at this, don't really know where to go, don't really know what, sort of huddled together near the coffees. And that's where I found myself most of the time. You see, my confidence level was at rock bottom, precisely because the startup was going pretty badly. I didn't really know what I was trying to sell. I didn't know how to communicate it. I didn't know who to address. And rather than really go for it, I found myself unfortunately falling into this situation of confusion and despair. And I ended up just talking to other, if you like, losers by the coffees. The day was something of a failure. And I went home to my friend's house in Little Venice, feeling something of a failure. But there's always day two, I thought. Well, we went out for dinner that day and I forgot all about it. And I woke up the next morning really early and I'd given myself this pep talk. So I was really ready now. I was going to go there. I was going to introduce myself to people with a confident, get some people interested in this. So I arrived there and it couldn't be different to the day before. There was almost no one. It had gone from packed to virtually empty. There were a few people, hardly anyone, and the cleaners were around picking up debris from the day before. Turned out that at the end of the day before, there had been an announcement, a critical announcement which I missed. The announcement was that there was something of a gender imbalance, which was certainly true. 95% of people there were men. And that to balance things out, they were going to be bussing in lots of women to equal things out. I don't know what kind of women. I wasn't there. But it turns out I missed a hell of a party. All the business that was going to be done in that 2-day conference, it was all done in that night. And I don't know what kind of business. Day 2 was a complete washout. So I stayed there for a few hours, pretty much just working on the floor because I was there. And then I went home. A very unsuccessful conference.